check all our things here.
Dave dragged me in here today on a holiday. He whipped me. I got whipped marks on my back. He made me leave my picnic to come in here for this today.
What a holiday!
But this is the holiday.
We don't get the holidays.
It's a Labor Day.
It is Labor Day for sure.
It's Labor Day. Somebody gets a holiday. Somebody works.
Yeah,
you got it.
Except for us, we don't get those kind of holidays. Not in the real estate world, not in the mortgage world.
True.
We're always taking care of business, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the intro to crypto, the Labor Day edition. It is a very exciting time in the world of crypto.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. You're sitting in front of the X.
Yeah,
on this one.
I'm just realized I moved over. Let me double check the chat group over here too. Keeping these always open for our people. We said over there, we got Habib _12375. Thank you for joining us, my friend, on Instagram. The intro to crypto, as we always do Mondays and Fridays, it has been one heck of a bloodbath going on. The blood in the streets of the crypto industry. Yeah. But before we begin, we have, again, a very dynamic opportunity to talk about a couple of things. We have the XRP, we have the crypto market, but I want to start off with something very special and very exciting. I want to make sure you guys, if you're following us on our platforms, I have some links available to you. Instagram can't see links, unfortunately, which is wonky, but we won't get into that yet. Gemini and MasterCard came together to offer not just Bitcoin. Hey, Frank Pappy on Instagram, thank you so much for joining us, buddy, over there today. So XRP and Gemini came together to develop the XRP credit card. And let me tell you something. When I heard about this coming, one of my other friends and clients and people we work with over here, I'll leave his name out of the box over here. Yeah. You were talking about the whole crypto credit card coming up, and I was pumped. As soon as I saw the billboard in New York City with XRP and Gemini, and it came alive, I jumped right on the XRP credit card. I applied for it. I was super excited. And on our links below on Facebook and on YouTube and everything else, there got some links over there for you. If you go to the link and you click the link to get the XRP Gemini credit card, you will get $50, and I will get $50, which is pretty awesome, to have the XRP credit card and getting $50 worth of XRP. Now, on the credit card, you can pick several different cryptos to pick and choose from. And what happens, 4% in gas, 3% in food, 2% in this and that. I was blown away how great this was, because I'm using my credit card all the time, whether it's Dunkin' Donuts, at the grocery store, at the restaurants, and I see the XRP all of a sudden piling up my 3% for it, and that's so cool. So
does it start off as Bitcoin and then it gets just so you have
Gemini had the credit card. Hey, buddy, and also want to thank for KZT66 also joining us on Instagram over there as well. We appreciate you guys being a part of the show. So Gemini first started off with Bitcoin. They had a credit card for years, right? And now XRP has now entered the ring with MasterCard, which is just parabolic. Oh my God, what's going on? Because that means it's really, you have two major cryptos that have credit cards now, and you can earn XRP, which is what I choose, right? So there is a link.
You just had one. You've only had it a week, right?
We're
looking at it today.
Yeah, I've only had it a week, and I've already got first of all, I referred a client out. A friend of mine out who got the XRP credit card also. Both of us got it, and then you spend a couple bucks, and boom, you get the $50 referral fee, which is pretty awesome. In addition to that, you have another link there. Now make sure to pay attention while you're applying for the credit card. They're going to try and get you to link up on the platform as well. Don't do the platform yet. There's a separate link that if you go and you sign up for the platform, you get $75 in XRP in addition to. So you can get $50 for the credit card and $75 for the platform. And remember, most importantly, you want to take all your crypto and you want to put it onto your Dcent wallet. There's also a link there below on the Facebook and I'm not Instagram, but Facebook and YouTube and Rumble and all these other places, because unfortunately I can't do it on Instagram. They don't have a.
So just to reiterate, you're saying if you did the credit card, do not sign up for the
platform.
Platform
they're going to try. They're
crypto,
going to try and get you to sign up for the platform. Don't do the platform. Do the credit card first. Very easy. Make sure you have your license on you. It'll happen in a couple of minutes. You'll get accepted, which is pretty cool. And then you can go back in afterwards and you can apply for the platform and get another $75
if you use the referral link.
If you use the referral link, yeah. So which is pretty cool for both of us out there. What's another?
So that's great. So basically, just by you turning in for the first 5 minutes, you just figured out if you take the credit card, you just took $50 plus 75, you got $125
in.
And the only thing you have to do is you have to spend $100 on the platform to get the 75.
On the platform, you got to take $100, buy your XRP with it, and they'll give you $75. So you basically, that's a win-win. $125 with XRP free.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
All right, so that's the Gemini thing. Pretty awesome. Again, Gemini and XRP linking arms over here. Secondly, the crypto market is literally a bloodbath right now. And this is very common in the month of September.
Yep.
Is that right? Like September tends to be a
August
into September.
Yeah, dead.
Turns
dead
into a like an earthquake of real estate. I'm talking real estate. An earthquake of crypto happening in the environment. But you have to remember, this is not something you're buying crypto because it's your first time and you're scared and you're freaking out because you're watching us, you're listening to us, and you're watching all these amazing people in the YouTube arena for crypto. Do not get shaken off. Do not get crazy. Do not freak out. This is a long-term proposition. And to me, we talk about long-term, I say 5 to 10 years, which is really not a long time. The world is going to pull a 180 on us. And what's going to happen in the world of XRP is going to be parabolic to your life and opportunity should you invest. Now, let me just make sure we talk about this. It's important. This is not financial advice. This is a realtor and a mortgage broker who do that 24/7 real estate and mortgages, right? That's what we do for a living. And XRP and crypto, digital assets, is a part of our philanthropic, kind of want you to learn about it, to give back. So that we're not financial advisors. We're just sharing information that you may have never heard of before, or you're still in the process of learning about digital assets and crypto. And if it's your first time or you've been watching us, you know how important it is to learn, listen, and learn, and to follow these.
This is only for philanthropic purposes.
I call it philanthropic. It's like giving back to.
But it's only for that. Like, I mean, like I tried to get my wife on here today. I said to her, I go, hey, you're off work today. I said, why don't you come on the podcast? We can talk about crypto. And I loved her line. Her line was, the only reason why I'm in crypto is because you told me I could retire off of it. So,
and that's actually funny because my wife's kind of like, hey, listen, you're talking about it, you're thinking about it, you're feeling about it. It's always in my mouth. You know, it's not real estate, it's crypto. Right. And she always says, hey, listen, stop, please. Just let me know when it goes up. Let me know when it moons. When it moons, right. So behind us on all the platforms except for our Instagram, you can't see the background. We've got the XRP, the logos, and a big moon on top over here. If I move out of the way, you can see the moon over there. On Facebook and everywhere else. I wish Instagram had the ability to generate from the streaming app over here, but you can't. So it's just us here with a white background. And thank you for being so understanding on Instagram over there watching this. But yeah, XRP and the crypto market has been kind of taking a digger.
And once again, this is a great time just to talk about it, to encourage people, especially newbies, that this is really not even much of a pullback, to be honest with you. I mean, look, we were as high as 50 cents before the election. We went as high as 350. Yes. Now we're down to 275. We're 75 cents off of our all-time high.
Right. And
so think about that for a second.
One more thing, if you're just getting into it, it's a beautiful thing because you're buying cheap. It's low, but if it's 20 cents lower, or 30 cents lower, or 30 cents higher, or 50 cents higher, it shouldn't matter to you. You're buying for the future. We believe, as well as many other people in the XRP world, we call it the XRP Army. And if you're a part of XRP Army, stay strong. If you understand what XRP is, if you understand what its value is, if you understand what its job is, if you understand what XRP is all about, then you will understand that this is the very beginning of the future. And how much different our world will be in the next 5 years plus is going to be Absolutely shocking. It's like when the internet first
Yep.
came out, and people didn't believe in the internet when it first came out until it was kind of like, hey, you're in the internet, right?
Yep.
And it became one of those things that everybody was involved in the internet. The first time someone went to Google and said, I'm going to ask it a question, and then Google started giving about answers about the world and things happening around us. Now we go to Google for everything.
Well, we were talking today while we were setting up the preparations. We were like, remember when the dial-up on AOL in the early 1990s?
Right.
You know, and it was so slow and all the sounds and everything. And then Dave was doing something and he needed to get a word.
Yes.
And
I went to spell a word. I said, okay, hey Siri, spell X. Sorry.
And I said to him, I said, just I said, just think for a second. I said, we used to have to get a book out
Dictionary.
and look up
Right.
what the
Thesaurus.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Pocket
craziness.
Yeah, the pocket dictionary.
Craziness how times have changed. Just think of where it's going to be.
Yes.
I mean, there probably will be a point in time that I could certainly see banking not being banking the way it is right now.
100%.
You know,
All digitized. 100%.
You know,
it's going that way. Think about the fact before they had credit card ATM machines to pull money out, and then they had the ATM machines, and then someone said you could put money into the ATM machine and you can deposit money in your bank. I'm still uncomfortable with that because I'm like, what if I put it in there? They don't get it. They don't see it.
Do you remember when you couldn't even buy groceries with a credit card? Do you remember those days?
No, actually, I don't.
I do.
You remember that? Yeah.
I remember that. I remember the first time that they were bringing it into grocery stores. You know, because everybody was paying with a check or everybody was paying with cash, check or cash. And I mean, I was obviously a lot younger, but I mean, I remember because I'm saying, why would people use a credit card to buy groceries?
Hold on a second. Think about the fact when you're in the grocery store and grandma is walking up to the counter and she pulls out her checkbook.
You run to a different line.
It's a 10-minute process. You're like, oh my God, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
Hold on, ma'am, I'll pay for you. Don't worry, just keep going. I'll pay for you. All right, so let's talk about what's going on here. XRP. Everyone wants to know, when will XRP finally moon, right? Market cycles and timing. Crypto moves in cycles. Bitcoin usually runs first, then Ethereum, then altcoins like XRP. Altcoins are all the coins outside of Bitcoin. XRP often lags behind when it moves. It can move explosively.
Well, Ethereum, by the way, was starting to move. I mean,
Yes.
right now it's down to what, $4,300.
Yeah.
However, some whales in the Bitcoin space decided that they were going to be better off to have Ethereum. They were selling off a lot of their
billions of dollars of Bitcoin.
Their Bitcoin to buy more Ethereum.
Those same whales are going to be the same people who are going to sell off their Ethereum to buy XRP. These are things that are going to change the market in values, and craziness is going to happen. When people have millions and billions of dollars, they're able to control markets to a point until it all changes. XRP is solving real world problems, as we know: cross-border payments, banking, and CBDCs. Michael, CBDCs?
Central bank digital currencies.
Central bank digital currencies. We want to make sure you understand the language of what we're talking about here. I was talking to my buddy Pat, came to visit me this weekend, and he was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. Just tell me what to buy. And I said, listen, Pat, don't just buy what I'm saying to you. I need you to learn what you're buying and what the utility is of XRP. And I appreciate him trusting in me.
You can buy it first and then learn about it. That's how it worked with me.
You know, I kind of the same thing, but I also really began to get.
You definitely did.
Yeah, I trusted in you.
You definitely did, though.
Yeah.
You didn't know anything.
True. It's very true.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for you to learn. All of you out there to learn and be involved. The more you learn, the more you know, the better you feel. The more excited you are in your heart, in your mind, and in your pocket, of course, too. Ripple's growing list of partners: financial institutions, banks, and governments. The adoption is happening behind the scenes, but scaling utility takes time.
Dave, we were talking before we began the prepping. We were talking about the ETFs.
Yes.
Dave and I were watching a podcast, and someone said that they're expecting $5 billion inflows just when the XRP ETFs are approved. $5 billion.
There's multiple legs, I'll say legs or pieces to the, or branches or roots of this tree that's happening to make it so strong. The XRP is the tree. And to make that tree, you have to have strong roots. In order to have strong roots, you have to have strong foundation, right? And those things are including, one, we have SEC lawsuit, no more. Number two, you have the banking institutions that are buying millions and billions of the XRP ledger and slowly institutionalizing it, getting used to it, testing it out so that banks all over the world will be using XRP. Three, you have the spot ETF that's coming out sometime very soon. And as Michael just mentioned, looking at $5 billion coming into XRP, if not more. I think they're downplaying it, honestly. Number four, do you know, and I just talked to my buddy Pat this week, and because a few months ago, I asked how many people in the world are actually involved in crypto. It was 6.5%. As of yesterday, it was 10.5% of the world is in crypto. So in the last few months, another 4% of the world is involved in crypto. It's just slowly beginning. Can you imagine when you have half of the world involved in crypto, what that's going to do to the value of these blue chip cryptos, such as an XRP and everything else that falls in XDC, HBAR, Algorand, XLM. There are so many great cryptos out there. Solana. I mean, there's so many great cryptos out there. And if you watch and listen and you begin to get involved, you're going to feel much better. You want to diversify a little bit, but XRP is our main squeeze, I'll call it, because of what utility it has to it. The SEC case outcome gave XRP clarity in secondary sales, but institutions want full regulatory clarity. Once U.S. rules are set, banks and ETFs can confidently enter the XRP. Okay.
Can I just back up for a second?
Sure.
I was listening to another video this weekend. I really like him, Stable Crew.
Yeah, Stable Crew, yes.
Yeah, and he said something that really sort of hit home with me.
Hey, Sammy, thank you for joining us here on Instagram, talking about the intro to crypto. Yes.
Sorry. No, you're good. What I really sort of started to understand was that because he was a big trader, he was a big Wall Street guy all along. He said XRP at $5 is a better deal than XRP when it was at 50 cents. Does that make sense to you?
It does, in the sense of not from a standpoint of why I wish I bought it at 50 cents, but the fact that I have the value of it, because people like to buy things when it's on the up. People get hot in the pants about buying something when it's starting to spike versus when it's down at 50 cents. Is that fair? Is that the reason why?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. But he also spoke about Warren Buffett never got into Apple until it was very expensive because it was a risky thing for him.
Yes.
And he didn't want to buy in at the risky piece. So he waited and waited and waited and bought when Apple was far more expensive than where he could have bought it originally. So it's interesting. It's a mindset thing, which is so different than what we normally would think as normal individuals.
Absolutely correct. When you have a chance right now in the history of time to get involved in something you're not knowledgeable about and you're nervous about, such as crypto, this is where you become as educated as possible and to really listen and open that mind up. There are so many people out there. As soon as I mentioned, hey, are you involved in crypto? Do you mention, oh, no, I don't understand it. I don't want to get involved. And most of the people in our age group, I'll call that 50 to above. But once they have a chance to listen and they go, you know what, I'm curious, tell me a little about it. And then they start to become not only interested, but they start to research, because our generation researches things a lot deeper. Yeah. And our job is to make sure that you're doing your research and understanding what it is, because if you have been working your whole life and said, I just wish I had a chance to be able to enjoy my life for the next 25, 30 years, because I've been working my chops off, right? And I can get involved in something, quote unquote, a chance, but it's not a chance when you understand what you're buying and getting involved in. Where in the next 5 years, my life might physically and financially change forever, and generational wealth we're talking about. Getting involved in something that is the very beginning stages of the future of this world. Again, in the next 5 years, this world is going to do a 180. President Trump reminds us every day that he wants to make this country the crypto capital of the world. That's not just because he's saying so. He's involved in it. Like him or not like him, we're not talking about that. We're talking about your chance to be part of the future of this country and the world, and make an opportunity for yourself to invest in something that has utility. You're not just buying a meme coin. You're not just buying something that has no value to it, no explanation, some kind of silly little thing. We're talking about actual utility. What is happening with the XRP ledger, the blockchain, and why it's so important in the function of it, in the generational change of what's happening in society behind closed doors. Here's the biggest thing. They're not talking about it on your news channels. They're not talking about this at all. They don't want you to know what's happening. They want you to be blinded by it because all the very wealthy people are buying it up. So again, you'll find it at MSNBC and you'll find it on Fox News. I know they talk about it for a few minutes. They'll talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP has now come to the table, right? And when that XRP spot ETF lands and goes clean in, it is going to be a parabolic situation, how the market's going to start to change dramatically. And as more money comes into the stock market because of what XRP is, my uncle just let me know the other day, hey, listen, I've been listening to you. I just went and bought some of that. He said XRPI, is that right? XRPI. There's another one, XXR. There's another ETF.
The stock?
Yeah.
XXRP.
There's a spotty, there's a, sorry, what do they call that?
It's a 2X ETF.
A 2X ETF. And he now is like, listen, I'm doing my research, a research kind of guy. And I said to him, listen, you can buy it as the stock exchange. Beautiful. But you have a chance to buy it on platforms such as Gemini, such as Uphold, where you can buy it for a much smaller fraction of a cost.
Well, what I like about that is you're actually owning the asset. You got to understand when you do XXRP on the stock market, which I do have some in one of my IRAs.
Yeah.
It's very as volatile as you think XRP is. XXRP is twice as volatile.
By the way, I'm happy Sammy's out here listening because he's in the crew of my father and his friends. And my father wouldn't even listen to me. Sammy, if you're still out there listening, he wouldn't even consider my conversation with him. It's my dad who always says I'm this smart guy, yada, yada. But whenever I say something, it's like, oh, no, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even get into a conversation and listen to it. I got a baby XRP. No matter what, baby XRP, thank you for joining us. No matter what, I'm still buying every paycheck and holding till the moon. Amen and hallelujah, baby XRP. Listen, just like you take your paycheck and you buy your 401k every week automatically, that's exactly what you should be doing weekly. You go, you make money, take a little piece of your income, and you invest it in this digital world is my suggestion. My suggestion, again, not financial advice. You do your research, but if you do this, I think you're going to have a life-changing experience. And how much do you have to own? People ask. Well, here's what I'll tell you. The more you own, the wealthier you'll be. And the wealthier you'll be sooner than later. Is that fair and reasonable?
Very fair.
All right. So compare a Bitcoin ETF approval sent it soaring. The same catalyst is possible and will be for XRP.
Did you finish the conversation with Sammy and your father, by the way? I'm just curious.
I would love Sammy to respond. He might be driving his car on the way home. But if he
Why? He's not working today.
Oh, he might.
It's only us.
Sammy's probably not working. Maybe Sammy's actually not working today. Maybe he's got a chance. Maybe he's probably playing golf. Coming out of the home for playing golf.
There you go.
With Billy. It's one of those things where there are people who are smarter because they want to listen and educate themselves and do the research. And there's some people who are not that they're not smart, they're just closed-minded. It's a closed-minded thing.
Some people will just never gravitate towards it, and some will. It's just sort of the way it is.
It really is.
It's sort of funny. I mean, I had this conversation. I've had this conversation with you. I said, even if you go through Christianity, some people you can talk about Christ all day long and they won't. And other people, you can talk about it and they will, come along. So everybody's different. It's different. Everybody will take it differently.
Absolutely. Whales accumulation and the coiled springs. Big money investors are called whales. Accumulate quietly at lower prices. XRP has traded sideways for years, building tension. This sets up a coiled spring effect. When pressure releases, XRP could jump dramatically. We know what's happening. We see what's happening. We feel what's happening. And then we get slapped left and right, and it goes down, and you're like, why is it happening? And here's the reason why. Because they're not ready yet.
I want to say something.
Yes.
You were too young. I was very young, but we had a major change in this country in the early 70s.
Okay.
It was a major change. They got off the gold standard, the whole 9 yards at that point in time. But it was a major change, and we're going through another major change right now. So everybody thinks, oh yeah, nothing's going to change. Nothing ever changes.
Yes.
We had a change 50 years ago, 53 years ago, 54 years ago, whatever it was. And we had gas lines, out there. You could only go on odd days or even days. Most of you that are too young to know this, but those are some of the changes that were happening with the dollar and the currency and what was happening. And that's when they ended up going on the petrodollar. And so we went through all that thing. So this is going to end up being like that kind of change. I'm not saying we're going to have oil,
crisis.
we're going to have an oil crisis, but I'm saying there's a change that's happening.
Yes.
We went on the petrodollar in 71, I believe it was, and we're going to go through a digital currency in 2025 or 2026 or whatever. So these changes are happening. So I'm just trying to get people to open up their minds and understand it wasn't the first time and it won't be the last time that there's a major change that happens. And we're on the forefront of it, in my opinion.
Now, by the way, I want to say, Baby XRP, thank you so much for reminding. Please, if you like what you're listening, give us a smash. Give us a smash and a like, whether you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, whatever platform you're listening, please give us a smash and a like. Let us know what you're thinking. Give us questions. Oh, the Lizard King is back.
Right.
The world reserve currency has never changed without a world war. Welcome to September. I love this guy. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Lizard King is on point every time. He's got the greatest points he puts out there.
Yeah.
Love it, Lizard King. So we gotta get the Lizard King on this show. I mean, I would love to get this guy on the show. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean,
reach out to him.
We're gonna have to reach out to you, Lizard King.
He's in Texas, right? Is he the one in Texas?
I don't want to. Lizard King, are you in Texas? Remind us where you're located, please. He did.
I'm asking. I'm not 100%.
But again, you have a lot of things happening here in the crypto world. Again, thank you for joining us on this Labor Day where we're not working. We were working, but this is not working. This is fun for us, and education as well. Let's see. We're talking about the whales, the cold spring effect, the moon question, right? When will XRP moon? It depends on 3 factors. I think it's more than 3. Market cycle, Bitcoin leading alt season following, regulation, clear laws and possible ETF, utility adoption, Ripple's ODL scaling worldwide. These are the things we talked about before.
Yeah.
Once these coverage, XRP could move faster than people expect. And I see that happening
make sure your bags are packed. In my opinion,
yes.
Make sure your bags are packed before October.
What it means by your bags packed, by the way, it's important to understand.
It means you're getting ready to leave your spouse.
Yeah. I don't want not me. I'll say that.
Not me.
But you want to make sure you're buying as much as you can without being uncomfortable financially. That's the most important thing. You're investing as heavy as you can invest in a time period because things are at an all-time low for you to buy. And it's just the beginning stages of what's going to happen with XRP.
Yeah, because we've had a major pullback over the last couple of months. It's a good, I shouldn't say major, but I mean, like we talked about, we're down 75 cents from the high on XRP.
Just because XRP is working with banks and governments and Fortune 500 companies, yes, this is really happening, but you didn't know that, or maybe you did. Did you know? It's not going to happen instantly. XRP is not going to just boom, jump up yet. But I love watching these Instagram filters that come through on XRP. And I go back to the one where my wife, we're sitting on the couch together and I'm listening to something, right? And I look up and I see her staring at me, right? She's just staring at me. She goes, I just saw I don't know, it's a TikTok or Instagram thing. He goes, and it's the wife that leans over to the husband and goes, we're really rich, aren't we? And he looks up and he goes because she sees the thing exploding and going parabolic. And And then she's like, we're really, really rich. And every time I get that, I get that goosebumps in my arm thinking about that one day when she'll actually have that to say. Because of the investment XRP, how much did you own? The answer is as much as you can. Lizard King bags are packed and definitely cold storage. Yes, Lizard King, absolutely. There's also a link, if you would like, on the platform for a cold wallet called Dcent, which one of the things that Jake talks about, Claver, yeah, my God, talks about the Dcent cold storage wallet. You want to move your crypto from the platforms onto a cold storage wallet. Thank you so much, Lizard King, for reminding that there is a link there. You'll save a couple of bucks. We get a couple of bucks for referring you out there as well. So it's very cool. The Gemini thing still blows my mind. I can't believe Gemini and XRP. That is just, I'm so excited to have the XRP credit card. Like, it's on the way here. I have it on my, what's it called? My wallet, the Apple wallet. And I just clink, but I can't wait to pull my XRP credit card out and hand it to somebody. And they go, oh, wow, you got the XRP credit card.
It says XRP right now.
It says XRP right on the credit card. So there's a link below on the platforms here where you can get $50 for signing up for the credit card. When you're signing up for the credit card, you get 50, I get 50, which is pretty awesome. Okay. You can choose any crypto you want. I recommend the XRP and choose the XRP credit card, which is pretty cool.
If it goes to $1,000, burn the card as fast as you can, guys.
So
you can't go to a...
Hold on. Wait, part two. Do not go to the sign up for the Gemini platform yet, because there's another link there that gets you $75 to use towards your Gemini platform. Once you spend $100, they're going to give you another $75 to you and to me, which is pretty amazing to share between each. I see Roberite says, ha. I'm hoping ha means amazing and excited about this opportunity, because it is amazing. Let's see. Terrence Majani. What? Oh, hold on a second. It's gonna, I think over here, blooped up over here. Oh, shit. Oh, Terrence says, what are we looking at in terms of price prediction? Terrence, I can get in trouble for answering that question, but I'll answer it anyway. Why not? I'll tell you that we are now at a price of $2.70-something right now.
Yeah.
Between now and November, I'm going to predict a minimum of $10 per XRP between now and the end of the year. That sounds actually crazy, right? But I think when the ETF hits, I think it's going to make a major jump in the XRP value. They're talking about, I've heard 30, 40, 50 plus between now and November. I'm going to be very conservative and say 10 to 15. How about 10 to 15? I'd love to see it at 50. The point is, buy it now, buy as much as you can and keep buying. And if it doesn't hit that number, it's okay. It will be. This is, again, I look at this a 5-year to 10-year, 5 years really.
I tell Dave, the best part about crypto to me is the fact that we've been buying it and holding it and learning to delay our gratification.
Absolutely.
So, it's made us better investors. It's made us better millionaires.
Yes.
Down the road, multi-millionaires down the road, because we've learned to delay our gratification and which is so important in this thing. You win the lottery, most of the people lose the money. Why? Because they won it instantly and they lost it quick.
They didn't know how. That's another thing Jake talks about. Jake, Mickle, a lot of these guys out there who are Coach JV, how to learn and think about being wealthy and how to not, like you said, a lottery winner wins, loses it because they blow it on garbage. How to invest in assets that are going to make you money, not buy things that are going to make you poor.
And live off never sell the assets.
Absolutely.
And the mindset of retail people is buy a stock, sell a stock, buy a stock, sell a stock. Right. It's never generationally using it and living off of the interest.
I was talking to Frank today, and I won't mention his last name. He's watching me here about, well, what happens when it hits this and you have this much money? Would you peel some off and spend it? A lot of the guys talk about on these different platforms, learning how to, when a thing goes up, pull a little back, and it's okay to do that. I'm personally not going to do that right now. I'm not going to go and sell my XRP. I'm going to hold that XRP for quite a long time. And will I have a chance to take some money? Like what you own may change your life in the sense of personally. Maybe you can put your kid through college. Maybe you can buy a house. Maybe it's buying a car. I don't know. Maybe it's vacations twice a year that you can go on that you couldn't do before because you now have that extra level of income. And just like stocks have dividends, so will XRP have dividends. And you'll have the ability to invest that bag that you have that allow you to make maybe between 10 and 30% interest on it. Does that sound crazy?
Yeah, I mean, that would be wonderful. I think the 10 to 30 sounds very aggressive. I mean, even Jake's not talking that much.
What does Jake say?
Jake's talking, maybe 12 to 15%.
Okay, let me retract that.
But
let me go back to that and say, oh, wow, we have got a bunch of people talking over here. I missed all of these. I apologize, guys, over here on the YouTube. We're getting blown up over here. All right, let me get back into that. KCL, XRP is taking a shit. and I'm so sad. Okay, Casey, you are right, but it's okay. We're used to it.
Buy more.
Absolutely.
Buy more. This is the time to buy when there's blood in the streets. Even though I don't even consider this blood in the streets.
That's
you
right.
Should still be buying.
Overjoy. Around 2017, I started buying physical silver and with every paycheck. It really tested my patience holding it until now. I thought it would be a $50 an ounce within a couple of years due to the quantitative easing.
I'm with him on the silver, by the way. I'm a huge silver lover.
Yep.
And hey, it hit $40 a couple of days ago, and it will be hitting 50, and it'll be going to all-time highs. You're in a good one.
Brett Wilson, I should just read last names. Brett missed Bitcoin because I was living paycheck to paycheck, and wouldn't spend $60 for one coin. Not missing this run.
$60,
200 plus, and buying more when I get. Let me tell you something, Brett. Let me just tell you right now, I did the exact same thing. Someone came to me and said, do you want to get involved in Bitcoin? I'll never forget it. Never forget it. And they were kind of like a nice guy, and I was making good money, making a paycheck. And he's like, I'm going to put, $500 or $1,000 in this. You want to do it? And I was like, nah, I don't really know much about it.
That's exactly what all the people today,
exactly what people,
and father would have said
multi-millionaire. God bless him, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
But you know what? I missed it. It's like God came to me and said, hey, listen, you got a second chance. Second chance right now. You came to me, introduced me to what crypto was, and I began to become very knowledgeable and learn about it. And I say very knowledgeable, I mean, I know this much compared to this much, right? You know this much, I know this much, but I'm much more knowledgeable than I was before. But the point is learning. Let's see. Overjoy. Let's see what it is over here. That got me ready to buy and hold and buy and hold and buy and hold XRP the same way. Absolutely. You guys are awesome. You guys are great stuff here. And then Brett over here, generational wealth. Absolutely, my friend. And same here, Overjoy. Brett's going back over here. Got to scroll down a little bit more. I love him pointing up. Sweet. I'm not going to say the word sweet. I just call you sweet. Validator says XRP's done. That's awesome, by the way. Validator says XRP's done. A government passed banks are passing it. It's not going anywhere. Stop the BS. You think it's BS? Then you should sell. You should sell if you think it's BS. I'm going to ask you what happens in a few years. You're going to say, oh my God, what did I do? You get to make the choice. Whatever you want to do. Absolutely.
And that tribalism is sort of what we're sort of ending, so at least, if you're a Bitcoin maxi, I want success for you. If I'm an XRP maxi, you should want the best for me too. I mean, fighting over that, I disagree with it.
Overjoy, no worries. Your live stream drew me in. Got yourself a new subscriber. Thank you so much, Overjoy. Love it having you part of our show every week, twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. Baby XRP, I don't look at as there's blood on the streets. I look at it as a discount. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
I'm quoting Warren Buffett.
I'm loving it.
I'm quoting Warren Buffett.
Overjoy, I used to have 12,000 XRP and I had to sell most of it.
Don't.
I should.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
I
keep
apologize.
reading.
I $1 XRP for financial emergency. This goes around, and I'm funding my emergency fund first and getting back in since $2 and a painful learning lesson. Listen, over Joe, we all learn lessons. We all learn lessons together. And thank you, Deborah, for joining us over there on Instagram as well. Overjoy, I still have room to accumulate generational wealth at this price. Absolutely. And Brett Wilson, of course, baby, you're right. Guys, this is not something that we're talking about because we are like the first people to talk about XRP. We're learning from the higher above people. Again, a Jay Claver, who is seriously very knowledgeable. If you don't know who Jay Claver is, you should go on YouTube and look him up. There's Mikkel, who's phenomenal. There's Crypto Sensei. There's Coach JV. There's Cheeky Crypto. There's 24-hour Crypto. There's King Solomon. There's CypherX. These guys we listen to, we learn a lot from. They're very, very smart people. And in learning together, we are going to be stronger together. Deborah's blessed. Thank you for joining in over there. This has been so awesome because everybody's in being involved in this conversation over here. Getting back to some notes over here.
Wrap it up.
I could
You're
wrap
good,
it.
brother.
Yes,
You're
it's
good. How long has it been so far? How long is our podcast?
We've been running for about 41 minutes. Well, probably.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. So listen, we want to thank you all for being a part of the show. I love the enthusiasm. Please hit likes on YouTube. Please share our YouTube channel with people. If you like what you're listening to, share it with your friends and family. The people who are, again, naysayers, listen, it's okay. If you're a Bitcoin person, God bless you. We're happy for you. If you're an XRP person, God bless. We're happy for you. XTC, there's a lot of great ones. XTC, XLM, HBAR, Algorand, Solana, a lot of great blue chip cryptos. We've been doing these shows on each individual crypto so you can learn about them. Do your research, listen and learn, and be very smart in how you listen and learn about things because it makes a difference in your life. You know, it's okay to close your ears and close your eyes, you know, but then you don't know what's going on. We live in a bubble. What kind of bubble do you want to live in?
Good analogy.
Do you want to be in a bubble that has information, or do you want to be in a closed bubble? You have no idea what's going on in the world. There are some people who don't like to watch the news because it's always bad. I agree with that to some points, but sometimes you got to listen. Frank, thank you guys. Looking forward to seeing XRP rise to the top. Amen and hallelujah, Frank. Absolutely. It's a lot going on. A lot of great things happening. Lizard King, after Moon, take some profits, but don't make any major moves for 1 year. Love it.
Oh, he said 1 year. I like that.
I like it
Jake
a lot.
said 6 months.
Mondo says, super excited for alt season. Amen. Absolutely. Overjoyed. I follow 100% of those guys. Very technically informative. They bolstered my understanding of the ledger and its future potential. Astronomical. Exactly correct. Again, there is so much knowledge out there for us to really pick up and learn together and talk about it and listen and learn. I've got friends and people I know who had bought XRP a few years ago, and they were waiting for it to happen to be what it is today. And they bought it really much cheaper, and they were getting frustrated because it didn't happen yet. Don't get frustrated. We're on this roller coaster. The exciting part about this roller coaster, we don't know where the end is yet. But the end is going to be really exciting when it ends. Really exciting. Can you handle the emotional roller coaster? If you're not freaking out,
It may never end.
May never end.
It may never end. It might go up and never come down.
That's the amen and hallelujah. And that's the plan. That's the plan.
Yeah.
XRP is the reason why they call it the XRP army is because of loyalty, strength, and knowledge. But more importantly, it's about understanding what you own. When you understand what you own and not just buying something, you become emotionally, mentally, and financially all together. And it makes a big difference. And Overjoy, I strongly recommend McCoffinin. He covers daily news with charts and technical of trading. Does the buy and hold long-term strategy. Listen, I'm going to check him out. I appreciate the recommendation. We love listening to learning to new people. That's awesome stuff. Awesome.
Isn't it amazing? Just think of technology. Everybody that we've been talking about that you just threw out,
Yes.
even the people, even us listening to,
Yes.
we're
Zach Rector.
individuals.
Yeah.
We're not ABC News. We're
No.
not NBC.
No.
We're not Fox News.
No.
Think about how much time we spend now listening to
podcast.
People,
Yes.
exactly. It's crazy how
It's crazy.
technology has changed. It's amazing.
You're going to learn more from YouTube, really, I think, than you can learn on the news.
I agree.
It's actually shot. I can't wait. Maybe we'll make it ourselves. It'll be the crypto channel streaming live 24/7. It's going to be strictly crypto, conversation about crypto. It's going to be a live event 24/7 where you can just turn on your streaming app or your TV channel, and it's going to be.
I like it. I want to do that when I'm actually earning crypto for me being on that thing. That's what I'm excited about.
That's
some of the changes that are coming.
I think maybe some of our people. And by the way, if any of you guys out there want to come on the show with us, we'd love to have you. Please let us know. Let's reach out.
You'd have to be local though, because Dave, you don't know how to actually do the Zoom on our podcast. Dave would need to do a lot of homework on this thing. I keep saying, Dave, we want to put videos on these things.
Right.
And Dave's like, I don't know how to do that. So, yeah. I mean, Dave's the techie more than me on this kind of stuff.
I'm not very techie. I'm still learning a lot. But if any guys are in Connecticut and would like to come on down, or maybe you're not too far from Connecticut, you want to join us in the show,
or just learn how to do the Zoom.
Maybe we can learn together. I know it's available to me on this app. It's got 8 different platforms. We're on X. We're on LinkedIn, on my LinkedIn page, on X. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram.
You don't have to list them.
There's a whole bunch of places. Rumble. We're on. Yeah. Anyway, we got a lot of people watching me here. You guys are amazing today. I want to thank you so much for being a part of our show. We love to integrate your questions, thoughts, and feelings because it makes it more exciting for us, because you make this podcast special. You make us feel like we're not alone over here, right? Because it's us learning and listening and working together.
Especially on a holiday when Dave whipped me to come in today. So yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Intro to Crypto podcast. We go live on Mondays and Fridays. This Friday, we're going to be on. We'll be on this Friday. Thank you again for everything. Any questions, thoughts, and feelings, leave them out there and give us a smash and a like, please, on our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram, and anywhere else you see us watching this show.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. Oh, Mondo, thank you. Praying for XRP, gain global utility. I believe Flare is significantly benefited from this cycle also. Absolutely on Flare. And Brett, fortune favors the bold. Very glad to have more and more XRP voices. Amen and hallelujah, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, we got another one of your Flow brands. Anybody pumping XRP isn't. Oh, jeez. Oh,
He's
wow.
Gonna dig you. He's gonna dig you.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, listen, Flow brand, you don't have to be a part of it.
You don't have to have a hard skin
if
you're buying
good.
the XRP.
That's
some
right.
people are going to crucify you.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you. See you Friday. Talk to you soon.